Welcome to another episode of Successful and Single. My name is Josh J1 Rayford. I'm Director of Hip Hop for Pandora, Program Director for SiriusXM Pandora Now. I'm educated, I'm a homeowner, I have good credit, and I am single. And that's what we're here to talk about, why people like myself and others are single. Now, there's nothing wrong with being single. We're not bitter about it. We're just having conversations, trying to figure out what's going on and have a better understanding. And hopefully you listening will learn through the things that we're going through. So, I actually said on my very first episode, it was actually the pilot episode, that I was going to bring on people that I've dated in the past. And I have somebody on here that I've actually dated. But we still have a very good relationship. We're going to talk about all that and more. But I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Hey there. So my name is Tahlia Diaz. I'm a real estate broker here in Atlanta, Miami, and LA. And I've been knowing Josh for a very, very, very long time. Very well.
So I will, we're going to talk about, we're going to get this out the way. If you're wondering right now, it was my fault. I messed it up, you know.
Twice.
We're going to talk about that. Okay. I feel like it was once, but you know, that's debatable. That's debatable, but the question I always like to start out with, the question I hate to get asked, but I have to ask it for the purpose of this podcast. Why are you single, ma'am?
Oh my God, why am I single? I can't find anyone like you. That's the problem. I can't find anyone like you, Josh.
Anybody like me?
I can't find no one like you. Successful, single, homeowner, good credit in Atlanta. That's not gonna happen. So since I can't find that is why I'm single in Atlanta.
I'm blushing right now. I don't believe that all 100% because if you're looking at the actual video, if you check out the video on YouTube, you will see that she is beautiful. And you know, I know personally so many men in Atlanta who have tried to holler at you, and these ain't no bum ass dudes right here. I'm talking about like all types of dudes with stature, celebrities, you know, athletes. They've all tried to holler.
Okay. So, yes, celebrities, athletes, all kinds. But that's not always what you want. When you're looking for true love, when you're looking for a relationship, when you're looking to be happy, you want someone that is going to be all about you.
So what type of person are you looking for? What is like your ideal situation?
Let me go and just be clear. I'm a mom of 3. I've been married, divorced, engaged 3 times. Not by Josh, but I'm there. Not by Josh. But I've been engaged 3 times, and I've broken off all of those relationships simply because I deserve respect. I don't believe in cheating. Right. That is just no, like at this point, especially at this point, we're too old.
Yeah.
You have to be able to be monogamous. You can't do that. I'm good. I'm not the crazy girl that's trying to, key your car. Oh my God, you're texting chicks and I don't even go through phones.
Yeah.
I don't. But if you want to go through mine, by all means, go for it. I'm just not going to go sneak up at 3:00 in the morning, go downstairs and sit in the corner looking like a stalker trying to go through your phone or your Instagram or things like that. I don't care about that. I need to know that you're going to be there for me. Supportive, stable. Like I said, I'm a mom of 3, so even if he has children, totally fine. Actually, I kind of prefer it at this point in my life.
Okay.
Just because if he has children, I have kids, from previous relationships and whatnot, we can understand what that looks like as a blended family or having to work through that. I've never had baby mama drama with someone else. I don't have baby daddy drama either. So I don't have to deal with that kind of foolishness. But even if he has children, as long as he's taking care of them and he's continually a part of their lives, I'm good with that. Right. Because my kids are with me 24/7. So please, if you have kids that are my age, that kind of works. So they can all kind of play around and, do what they need to do.
So like a little Black Brady Bunch action.
Yeah, like the Black Brady Bunch. I'm okay with that. I'm actually okay with that. That's fine. But it's just different things. Just trying to have someone who is going to be on the same page as you. Right. And I keep saying at this point, but seriously, I'm in my mid-30s. Yeah. So I want someone who is ready to build if not have already built where they are. I'm not looking to, start off with nothing brand new. I don't need you to be super ambitious and want to become a producer and rapper and all this. I don't need that. If you already have that title, fine. Yeah. But then I also need you to be out of the stage in your rap career where you're done dealing with all your fans and you're ready to just go home, get on the jet and come home.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. So like, give me the retired athletes. Give me the rappers who've already been there, done that. Give me the, the old basketball players that are like, oh, I'm done with, running around the world. I'm at home. That have businesses, like sustainable businesses. Because that's another thing, too.
Sure.
By me being an entrepreneur, like I said, I have an office in Atlanta, Miami, and LA.
Yeah.
I'm busy. I travel a lot and I work a lot, but I want to be able to come home and still be soft and still be a woman. I'm very, very much in touch with my feminine energy. I'm very much in touch with just being a woman, nurturing, being with the family. I love to cook. I like to cook.
Yes, and you can cook.
Cook. I can throw down a little bit.
Yeah, you do your thing.
You do too, though. You cook really good.
I do a little. I have to. I don't have a choice. You
had a choice. You threw your choice twice, but that's neither here nor
there.
All
right, let's talk about the elephant in the room. I mean, one of the things that I've admitted, because I talked about why I was single on the pilot podcast, and I ate it. I said the majority of the reasons, I gave various reasons, but I would say about 90% or 85% is because of me. Oh, and I think but
okay, no, because let's even be real about that. So when we first met, you were DJing in the club. Yeah, I was working as store manager in one place. I was doing real estate, and I was working in the club too. Yeah, as a bartender, not as
you were a hostess.
Yeah, I was a hostess.
Yeah, that's where I met you.
Exactly. So you were also in school.
I was.
You were in school during the day. You were working at the radio station. Yeah, you were in grad school. You were working at the radio station, and then you come home DJ. You had such a very strict schedule. Like, you guys don't even understand how OCD he was. Like,
I still kind of am, but I've
gotten way more flexible than what you used to be. I've gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
Way more, but you were like very strict. Up at 5 a.m. workout, class 8 to whatever, work such and such time, take a nap, go to workout again, and then go work in the club. And it was just continuous. Like, you did not believe in breaks.
I didn't.
So I'm giving you credit in that.
And I appreciate you saying that. Yes. I appreciate you saying that. And at the same time, like, looking back at it, I probably could have taken a break. I probably could have been more intentional as far as getting into like a real long lasting relationship with you, because, you are a good person. You are all those things that you talked about and stuff like that. But, at the same time, with all that stuff that I had going on, it was also, almost an intimidation thing, because I didn't feel like I was where I wanted to be. Especially like starting a relationship, and then starting a relationship with someone like you who had half the men of Atlanta trying to holler and stuff like that. But the thing was, but that was my own insecurities, because the thing I can't say about it is like,
do you remember I used to come to the clubs with you, like Velvet Room, and stand right in the DJ booth next to you?
You did all that stuff. And like, when you said like, you don't cheat, like when we was talking, you was just talking with me. It was just all me. And again, at that phase of my life, it was just like,
you were building something. You were building to who you are now. So I can appreciate that.
And then, I was working at the radio station, but at that time, like, I wasn't even on payroll. So, like, all my money was coming from the clubs.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't know that. Like, my first 4 or 5 years in radio, I was not on salary.
I had no clue.
Yeah, I was not on salary, but I saw the opportunity, and I got paid through the clubs and endorsements and live broadcasts and all that. Then when I finally got on, it was only $12 an hour. So I'm still out in the clubs. Like, most of my money is coming from the clubs and the street and stuff. So during that time, that was one of the reasons, like, I never hardly traveled. I didn't take any breaks.
You did not take any breaks.
It was messed up because I missed out, like, on a lot of my friends and line brothers' weddings at that time when they were getting married. Because it was like, for me, if I took off a weekend off, I'd be losing out about $1,500, in one weekend, because I would do about 4 or 5 gigs that weekend. Wow. And that was it. There was no PTO time saying, hey, I'm gonna take off, and but I'm gonna still get my check at the end. No, if I don't go to the club, I wasn't eating. So
I didn't realize that. But I mean, like I said, you built your career up to where you are now, so I can appreciate that. So yeah, I'm throwing shots, but it's all in love, because
it is all love. But really I would be the first to admit, if I had to do it all over again, I probably would have done things differently. But we talked about this. Like, I knew I wanted to be a program director, and I ended up leaving Atlanta for 3 years. So I don't know how that would have worked. Because in the back of my mind,
you left Atlanta for 3 years, but I did come and see you twice.
No, you came and saw me once. You came to the city another time, but it wasn't with me. It wasn't with me. That was like the only time I was really upset with you. But that's another story for another day. Yeah, you came to my city twice. One time was to see me, and then you was with somebody else.
I'm sorry.
It's all good. Sorry. Listen, we all admitted our mistake.
But no, so yes, I did come see you. So I mean, I get, like, with your lifestyle too, you were just really busy, right? But if I can go back, I wish I would have voiced it even more to you. Yeah. And this is like one thing that I'm really big on is communication. Yeah. So I wish I would have voiced even more to you, like, look, I'm still here for you. Yeah. I'm still here, still supportive. And I think I kind of feel like I might have said that before. You kind
of did, but I probably was listening, but I wasn't listening, because in my mind, it was just like, I got to go to clubs. I got to go to grad school. I got to hustle. I got to go to grad school. I got to do this. I got to do X, Y, and Z. And then when I realized, like, when I had my revelation, like, oh, shit, like, I messed that up. Like, yo, she was ride or die. Like, what am I doing? I think when I like, re-engaged communication, you were pregnant.
With
Gigi,
yeah, I was.
And I was just like, oh,
Gigi's my 8-year-old. So. Yeah. And that's where we're at now.
Sweet girl.
Wait,
and I think
you even brought me a baby. Like, you brought me a whole gift and everything after I had the baby.
I did. And I think, I don't know if you remember, but I think I told you something to the effect, like, I should have been Gigi's father or something like that. Did. That's how, like, remorseful I was at that point. But I knew at that time you were going through a whole child and everything like that. So yeah,
say that.
I
said you did say that.
Yeah, I was just like, I don't know how that's even gonna work, and what that dynamic would look like. Yeah. So is that second time really my fault though?
I mean, okay, maybe not. Maybe not the second. First time for doggone sure was, but the second, maybe not.
But we
even went celibate on me once too.
I did, man.
That was like the first time. I was like, "You want to do what?"
Sheesh. I know.
He's like, let's be celibate. And I was like, let's be what?
Man, listen. I was going through a lot back in that time.
I can understand. You were in church on Sundays and doing music and everything too. Like, you were busy.
I was doing a lot.
To be so young, you were like very serious about what you wanted.
That's when people say, like, yo, you're crazy busy now. Like, this busy now,
this is nothing.
It's a different type of busy. This is like me sitting behind the desk and having to do a whole bunch of assignments and doing like work on the weekends busy, but not like I was going out to the clubs and school and all that stuff. So like this, like, I'm enjoying my life right now. I ain't even gonna lie.
Life is good. You deserve it now.
Life is excellent. I'm loving the space that I'm in. Obviously, yes, I still got goals that I want to reach, but man, like, not having to go like on a Saturday or Friday night, not having to go to a club. Oh my God! Like, you have to drag me kicking and screaming now, right now.
I think that's for both of us. Like, I can't do a club. Give me an event. Give me an award show. Give me a ceremony, a birthday party, or a wedding. I'll do those. Yeah. If I have to go to a club, I'm gonna scream.
So how do you find the balance between, like, your family, you running a business, and going on the occasional dates and stuff like that? Because I know you still still go on those dates, even though they might not be up to par.
Oh God, no. No, they're not. So I think and this, I'm trying not to sound arrogant in no way, shape, or form.
No.
But like you said,
speak it.
So like you said, you felt like you were a little intimidated back then. I feel like men still seem to be somewhat intimidated. Even if I don't even disclose that I have children. And I'm like, oh, I run a business. I own a real estate firm here in Atlanta. I have, agents that work underneath me, so on and so forth. That's still somewhat intimidating.
Yeah.
And a lot of times they're like, oh, you really work. Like, your office is right here in Midtown with views. And you like, yeah, like, I work. Like, I work a lot. And I make decent money and I can travel and I can go wherever I want. And still, you'll have men that are intimidated from that. But balancing... Okay.
Why do you think that is? I'm sorry to cut you off, but why do you think men are intimidated by that? Because you're not the only person that said that.
Honest to God, I don't know. And of course me running my business and running, I teach courses and I'm, running my agents and everything else. By me doing all of these things, I have a lot on my plate. And I'm, me, I communicate, I'm vocal on everything that I'm doing.
Sure.
So I'm pretty transparent. I'm like, oh my God, I got to do this and I got to do this and I got to do that. But I think sometimes guys just feel like, oh my gosh, she has so much to do. And it seems like I am way higher on this platform than what I see myself sometimes. I know I've made it to the top. Yeah. But, I don't necessarily feel like I'm at my peak because I still want to go higher than where I am at. Sure. And I think for a lot of men, it's just like, wait, she's really killing it out here in the game. She's really selling $1 million houses or doing luxury and she's in this state, whatever. And yes, an accomplishment for me, but I still want more. And I think sometimes, like even my ex-husband, I, got married in Alabama, moved here to Atlanta because I wanted more. It was just more ambition here, it was more drive, it was more everything. The energy in Atlanta was different than compared to Alabama. And I feel like he even said, he's like, you want too much. Wow. And I was like, I don't want to be complacent. Yeah. Like, I don't want to just stop. Like, there's no stop. Like, you have to keep wanting something. You have to keep going. And my last relationship too, he was comfortable just coasting, and I'm like, I'm trying to be up here. Like, I need you to come on with me. Like, let's go, let's do it. We could do it together. Right. And I feel like a lot of times guys just, I don't know if they don't see the picture or if they just are happy being here.
So yeah, I was gonna ask you about your last relationship. How long ago was it, and like. What happened? What was like the tipping point?
So we started dating October 2020. We broke up January 2021.
So that didn't last too long.
Very quickly.
Grand opening, grand closing.
Basically. Okay. Very quickly. One of the first red flags, and I was in my office, and me and my guy, wherever we're talking. And I was like, I want to buy a house. I want to do this, like, and he already has kids, previous marriage and everything else. So it was like, okay, this sounds on paper like it would be a great fit. One of the things that when I started naming all these things that I wanted to do, and he's like, yeah, but we don't have to do all that. And I was like,
why did he feel like that?
What? Country boy and just... again, complacent. Like, he's like, here. And I was like, well, what do you want to do? Right. Like, I know what I want. What do you want to do? And he's like, well, I want to eventually get a house and maybe some land, and we can just get some dogs, and that's it. And I was like, yeah, but I want to travel the world, and I want to go here, and I want to have a vacation home there, and I want to do all these different things. Like, what do you want to do in your career to get you even more to where even more than where you are now? He said real estate investing, which of course, I'm all ears for. Like, yes, let's do it. And he wanted to do a fitness app. Okay. And I was like, okay. So I can put you in the place for the right people for that. Yeah. And I was like, let's work on your stuff now. And the first thing he said to me was, babe, you can just work and do what you need to do. And then I'll just, wait till you excel. Basically saying, wait till I excel and then he'll come. Instead of us working it together. So interesting. That's huge red flag, right? Yeah. Because now I feel like you're a leech. Now I feel like you're trying to mooch off of me. Now I feel like you just is not supportive in a sense. It's more so of let you just take on that financial role or wear the pants in that role, and that's not at all who I am. I'm very traditional.
Yeah.
So that was an immediate turn off. However, I will say, goodness, what was the ending? January, we got into a very petty argument, and I was like, look, if you're going to leave, just go and pack your stuff, don't come back. So that was that very quickly. And then, like, you know, as you're dating someone, a lot of the layers peel off really quickly. You start seeing the real versus the representative.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, you're not where I thought you were mentally, financially capable at all.
So what was it that like first attracted you to him or got y'all together?
So my weakness is looks.
At least you real about it.
Yeah. Looks, tall, dark, and handsome. I melt. So
I appreciate you giving me a chance. I mean, yes, I would like to say I'm handsome.
You are very handsome.
I ain't the tallest tree in the woods. So I think that was another thing that kind of shocked me when you actually did start dating me and stuff. I'm like, oh, she kind of tall and like, you know, she wear heels on. You might have a couple of inches on me when you wear heels.
Oh my gosh, no! Look, now you got the hair going. You definitely got me.
Oh yeah, that's why I wear it. It gives me like another 1 or 2 inches and stuff.
But like, no, it was looks for me. I think that's what first got it. And then of course he was just super, you know, romantic. All the flowers and I'm gonna surprise you for lunch and I'm gonna do this. Mm-hmm. All those little romantic gestures I still melt over.
Sure.
Like completely. And what's crazy when we first met, so this is gonna sound really awful, but when we first met, he and I had a date scheduled for Wednesday.
Okay.
I had a date with someone else scheduled for Tuesday.
You was dating other people. That's fine.
Exactly. I'm single. So
that's what you do.
Well, on Tuesday, my date calls me. He's like, I'm running late.
Okay.
I'll be there shortly.
Okay.
And I'm in the office. So I was like, okay. Then this guy calls me and he's like, hey, so I'm at your office. I'm coming upstairs now. I have a surprise for you. And I was like, what? He came and brought me flowers.
Oh, that's nice.
The receptionist calls me. She's like, yeah, your 2:00 appointment's here? Which is the second date who said he was running late. They literally passed each other at least in the lobby. They passed each other for sure. For sure passed each other.
I wonder if they had any interaction.
I pray to God they didn't.
Wow.
They passed each other for sure in the lobby.
Yeah.
So I went on the date with my Tuesday guy. I went on a date with him. It was okay. He had been trying to pursue me for like maybe a year or so.
Okay.
Then went on the date with my Wednesday guy on Wednesday. He asked me to be his girlfriend same day.
Wow.
Yeah, same day. Because we had talked like probably 5 days prior to that and been talking on the phone almost every day.
Okay.
And then so on that first date, he did ask me to be his girlfriend. I was like, I don't know. And then like maybe 4 days later, I was like, okay, sure.
So 9 days.
Basically.
Wow. Okay.
It was fast.
So what was that the fastest you've gotten into a relationship, or like is it? Do you have like a time limit or something like that? Because I've dated people who be like, yo, I need to date you for 6 months, and then and I'm like 6 months, like
no. Okay, so my very first relationship was my ex-husband. Mm-hmm. It was supposed to be a one-night stand. We ended up getting married like probably 7 months later.
Okay.
Met his parents, met him that night, met his parents the next day. It was my birthday the following day. They had a whole party for me at the house as though they've been knowing me all these years.
Yeah.
Literally met in within 72 hours, I knew his whole family.
Wow.
And then we ended up getting married 6 months later. So that was pretty fast. Which I've noticed, the ones that go really, really fast like that are the most toxic relationships ever.
Ooh, yeah.
They're terrible.
Okay.
They're terrible. When you fall for someone too quickly, oh my God, it's the worst thing ever.
I've been guilty of that.
Yeah.
I've fallen for people quickly. And
what's quickly for you?
I got into a relationship. This is like when I moved back to Atlanta. And I was just like, oh, I'm back. It's time for me to settle down. I'm not DJing anymore. Got into a relationship. I think, how long were we talking? Maybe 2 to 3 weeks.
Oh, and that was full girlfriend.
It was full
Wow.
girlfriend, yeah. But
See,
it ended probably like 2-3 months
later.
later.
See, that's what I'm saying. When it starts fast and ends fast, it's the worst thing in the world.
Right.
So I for sure am like, nah. Now I don't really have a time limit. And I think I've told you this before. I was like, I feel like I'm just going to marry one of my friends eventually. Like, sure. I feel like I'm going to be with a friend from way back when or whatever and just be with him because it's been so hard to just date and to trust, really. I feel like a lot of, again, it's going to sound arrogant, but it's a lot of men out here that are very much clout chasers. That's what they are. They are like clout chasers, or they prey on successful women, or they prey on the Instagram models, or they prey on whatever. And they're clout chasers because they're trying to get up to a certain level as well. I mean, and you know how Atlanta is. It's the year of the black woman out here. We're killing it in all aspects, whether it's business, financially, influencing or whatever. Black women are killing it.
Y'all are.
And there are a lot of men that are just wanting to be on that level. Like the other night, I went to a all-white dinner party. Absolutely.
I saw you was looking good too.
Thank you.
I think I hit you with a couple DMs with the heart face emoji.
Eyes, the fire and all that.
I was I was just firing them out there.
See, and so I went to that, and I got a DM from a guy who literally just slid in my DMs like maybe 3 days ago.
Yeah,
handsome.
Okay.
We kind of went back and forth, like, oh, what do you like? This is this. We still haven't exchanged numbers. But he hits me with a DM, and he says, oh, I thought you would have asked me to be your date.
Really?
What?
Wow.
Like, you a whole man. Why would I ask you that? What would make you, what would possess you to think that I would ask you to be my date? You're a whole dude.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm very much into me.
Yeah.
As far as just being, very feminine, very soft. So I like the traditional man to ask me on a date. I like getting the flowers. I like a very masculine man who can take control. We can walk in a room. He knows how to handle himself. He knows how to network with other people, so on and so forth. I love that.
Yeah.
Like oh my God, I love that. Right? But trying to be with someone who is out for self or out to try and be something that he's not, or clout chase, or whatever you want to call it, I can't. I can't. So just because of that text message, or just because I DM, I blocked him. I was like, I'm over it.
Damn, you blocked him like that?
Honey, I'm over it.
I feel you. What is your take on social media and the effect that it's had on dating? Because me and my friends, we talk about this all the time, and we just talk about how much simpler dating seemed prior to social media.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
It really was. Why do you think that is?
It's awful now. So again, a lot of times I think it's really because it's so easy. It's easy access. Never have you had a time where literally an athlete from California can DM this random girl in Alabama that it just happens to be a real pretty girl.
Yeah.
And now she's getting flown out. You know what I mean? She getting flued out.
Yeah.
So you didn't have that access. Before she would know is only her circle in Alabama.
Right.
That's it. Unless she goes on Christian Mingle or Black People Meet or, whatever, any of the dating sites, that's the only way she would meet somebody else.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's her circle right there in Alabama. And with social media, everybody's connected. Everybody's intertwined. Everybody's connected in some way, shape, or form. I think we're all 6 degrees of separation from that. Probably less than that now. It's probably 2 degrees of separation from anybody.
You ain't lying.
So it's like, I know somebody that who you dated back in 6 years ago, and they in